Thank you very much for this pronunciation, but really well, let me say.
The easiest part. Gamar Jabat, good morning. First of all, Madam President, thank you for your warm welcome and congratulations on the excellent organization of the Batumi International Conference, which I was glad and honored to open with you this morning. Georgia is an important partner and friend of the EU, and in our meeting we discussed the strong EU-Georgia relations and how to further develop them. Our trade is increasing, but more can and will be done to explore the full potential of our deep and comprehensive free trade area. On the basis of our association agreement, we are advancing our cooperation in many areas, from education to agriculture, from economic development to environment. The fact that Georgians can travel visa-free to Europe and EU citizens to Georgia brings us closer to each other. Your unique cultural heritage, including your polyphonic music and cuisine, is capturing the hearts of more and more of us. In the context of visa-free travel, we agree on the need for stepped-up joint efforts to effectively handle the current challenges. Russia's recent decision to ban flights to Georgia is unjustified and disproportionate, but your country has weathered external pressure before and will do so again this time. The EU stands with Georgia in solidarity and with full commitment to your sovereignty and territorial integrity. EU-Georgia relations are built on our common values. Georgia's greatest asset lies in its demonstrated commitment to democratic reform and the rule of law. This is a process that needs to be taken forward with continued determination. As you know, a credible, independent and transparent judiciary is essential for public trust, for economic and social development, and also for attracting foreign investment. With regard to elections, I welcome the ongoing process to address shortcomings from previous elections, as reported by the Office of Democratic Institutions and Human Rights and others, as well as the government's decision to hold elections in 2020 under a fully proportional system. I see this initiative as a real chance to enhance the plurality of Georgia's democratic landscape. I encourage all stakeholders to use this opportunity to work in good faith. In my opening speech at the Batumi conference, I spoke about the need for Georgian unity. My Brussels experience tells me that you can count on European solidarity as long as your Georgian solidarity lasts, and as long as you respect your common strategic political goals. Democracy is a constant debate and not a civil war. Therefore, everything is in your hands. Thank you. Didi Madova.
I want first to start this statement with thanking personally President Tusk for the role that he has played as the head of the European Council for those years, which have seen the real and very clear rapprochement between Georgia and the European Union. And I think that these thanks come not only from me, but from the whole of Georgia and Georgian population. We are here together, and that's symbolic because Poland was the country that initiated with Sweden the partnership. We are here after 10 years. We have measured the enormous progress and the enormous benefits that Georgia has gotten from this partnership. And we are here to move to the next stage, a next stage that will be very important at a time when the European Union is changing, has new challenges, and at a time when Georgia has also very many challenges, but is very ready to move to a next stage that will be a very practical, very substantial stage of its rapprochement with the European Union. And we want, and Georgia here, and that's what I was discussing with President Tusk, is here to present its vision and its ambitions for this next phase. We are here in Batumi, and from Batumi we want to send a bottle to the Black Sea and to Europe full of the Georgian ambitions and Georgians' visions for the next stage of this very fruitful cooperation and rapprochement that will pave the way for further integration of Georgia. Of course, we have also discussed the current situation in Georgia, the tensions that have taken place, and that are also linked to the fact that we have on our territory occupied 20% of the territory of Georgia, and that is a frustration. That is something that in the long term is also a matter for further instability, and the reaction of the Georgian population is a sign of that, a sign that has to be considered here and by our partners. That is a sign that we have to solve the issue, that we have to work together as we have worked until now, because the only solution is a peaceful one. The only solution is one which engages the cooperation and the Europeans, the partners, and Georgia to find a solution. And I will in the end mention again that in 2005 we have reached a solution for the Russian military bases in Georgia through negotiations and a peaceful negotiation. And despite everything, and despite some historical arguments which are not needed by Georgia because Georgia has nothing to justify, and despite all the tensions, we will manage all together and with our European partners to reach the solution to the occupied territories, to manage to have those territories without Russian military bases and to reunify the country. That is our answer.